Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. I'm Lori. If you're new here, hi and welcome and thank you for joining us. So today I'm wanting to do some stenciling here on the edge of this file folder because I'm going to take this Timu knockoff well punch, and it has to be folded, and I'm going to turn these into my little tabs that go on the edge of my page with my little dangles on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a vintage photo first, and I'm going to just ink the edge of this file folder where the bee, with the bee, the honeycomb stencil. And I think I can do this enough here on this and be able to get my honeycomb effect on it. And then I'm going to stamp. I got plenty of bee stuff. I got plenty of bee stamps. So I take and do, so I'll do like the vintage photo first, and then I'm going to put rusty hinge over top of it. And I'll just line it up here like that. Whoopsie, not like that. Hold on to it. And so what I'll do is I'll just take and go over it with the, like I say, with the vintage photo first, and then I'm going to take rusty hinge and go over top of it, and it'll turn it and make it look kind of like it's got honey in it. I think that is going to work. That's what I'm hoping for anyways. Alright, so that's my vintage photo. I think that's going to work. And then I'm going to take this and just lay it down over here. Take me a wet nap and see if I can't wipe this off over here. And it'll give it a little bit of stuff in the background. We'll just let that dry over there. It'll be fine. Okay, now I need a paper towel to dry that off with. Okay. And I think I got this bee comb stencil at Hobby Lobby. I'm pretty sure it's where I got it at. Okay, so now I'm going to take my rusty hinge and go over top of that and try to give it like a, see if we can line it back up the way we had it. Yep. And try to get it to where it looks like it is like a honey in it. Does that make sense? I hope. And you don't have to do it real dark. Don't have to do it all over. Just make sure that your lines are on there. See what I'm saying? Yep. Yes, ma'am. I think that is going to work. Yep, it sure is. Ooh, I'm so happy. So I wasn't sure if it would work on just the file folder, you know. I was afraid it wasn't going to work on it because it works on that, on the Manila Office folders. It works real good on that. Yeah, there we go. All right, so now let's see. I need to wipe this off again over here. And I'm just going to wipe it in the same spot as that is. And then maybe we can cut that and do something with it later. And I thought about, I was wanting to take, you know, and do a, make some pockets and stuff and tags and that. I don't think I'm going to. Because I come up with, I had some black cardstock that I went and ran through a while back and made pockets. And I think I'm just going to take the, oh, I messed that up. It's all right. And I think I'm going to use them. So this is what I got here for my pockets. So this is, it's a die cut. Whoops. So that'll fold. You know, it's got the gusseted pockets all the way around. And this measures 3 7/8, and I have a bigger one that's 4 7/8. And I started out with those, and I said I'm just going to use that as my pockets in my journal. And I think that's going to work. And I thought about putting the rusty hinge around the edge of this. I may and I may not. I don't really think that we need to, because it stands out on its own. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think that's going to be my pockets. This I wanted to do because I wanted to make, oh, I need to do it on both sides. So now I got to flip it over and do it on the other side. But I wanted to make like the tabs on the page. So that's what I'm doing this for, is for the tabs to put on the page to put my bee dangles on. So I want like 4 of them. I think that's going to work. Whoops. And then I'll stamp some bee images on them. And I know I could use tape and put this down a little bit better, but that's fine and dandy. I'm fine with this. And I just have this here just because I know I'm going to be a little bit off. I didn't want it all over my desk or all over my mat. And I just use this to stamp off, and then once I get done, you know, and it's stamped up a bunch, I'll just take and cut it and use it in a grungy folder or a grungy journal. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to go back over it with this. And I'm not wiping and swiping it off. I'm just going to do a little bit on this side, not a bunch. But that gives it like the honey effect. Like it's got honey in it, I think. With the light and dark contrast. I like that a lot. And I'm just going to do like we did on the other side. I'm just going to take and wipe this off over here on this. That'll leave some effect there. So we can use that. Alright, so now what I want to do is I'm going to take and yeah, I label my brushes because, you know, I use these and I use the pink from time to time on different things. Alright, so now we should have enough on both sides to where I can take and put this in here. Because see, it has a little stopper in the back of it. So it works best if your paper is folded. And I was like, oh, heck yeah, that's going to work, y'all. So I said, let me see if I can't use this file folder where it's already folded. You know, just do that, ink the edge of it. And then we'll use that. So I wanted 4. And I think that's going to work. I'm just going to put this up. And I'll ink and stamp, do some stuff for something else with the rest of that. But I have all of these Temu stamps. And see, I have this here where it has, you know, the honeycomb. It's got honey, bees, sunflowers. But I'm wanting to try to find me a bee that will go on here. And these are a little bit bigger bees. That one actually looks like a fly, but it's supposed to be a bee. And then it just says, be happy and just bee calls. So then we have this here where it's got sunflowers, bees, and like the stuff, and it has queen bee and all of that kind of stuff on it, and honey. And then I even have like a beehive with some grass and like the little stamp where like the bees flying. And I think these may go a little bit better. I think that bee will fit on there really good. Yep. Let's see, that's going to be a bit big. So this bee here, I think will work. And maybe that one. Yep, I think that's going to be it. Because the rest of them are a little bit bigger than what I want. Okay. And I noticed, I think one of these I bought, I think it's this one. I had, I liked it so much for Temu, I bought it twice. I sure did. And these are kind of fairly new, so I'm going to put a little bit of finger grease on it. So now I want them on here on the page like this. So I need to stamp the bee kind of like so, and it don't have to have the whole body on it, you know, and I'm fine if it don't. So I think I'm going to do two with this one. All right. Ooh, yeah, love it, love it, love it, love it. Yes, ma'am. That's happy. So, and then I'm going to put this one like it's going this way. And I ordered me some foam pads for stamping. And it's basically just a sheet of foam that you can put down when you stamp, you know, that it'll absorb or it'll work. So I ordered me a set of those. I had like 4 or 5 different colors. And I said, well, I'm going to use those underneath my stamps because I think it'll work. Especially some of my bigger 6x6 stamp type things. I'm just going to leave that laying there. I'll wipe that off. Put that one back, and then I'll stamp the other two with that smaller one over there. But yeah, I said, let me pull out all these bee stamps that I got. And all of these came from Temu, like I said. I went crazy with the bee stamps on the Temu. Yep, I think that one there will work perfect too on here. So we'll do that one. And I'm just going to stamp those two, and then we'll put our little eyelets in it, which I didn't get those, but I'll grab them here in a minute. So I'm going to put the eyelets in here with the jump ring to put, all right, let's practice with this one, see what we get. Oops, I smudged it. Oh, that's going to be cute. Kind of looks like a fly, don't it? Oh, well. All right. So let's do one like that. Oh, yes, I love it. Okay. And we're going to do this one about the same, but not exactly the same. Yep, love it. All right. So that was, like I said, I was wanting to make page tabs, and I said I needed to do the inking part on here, and I'm just going to leave the back with just the B part on it, which we can put Be Happy on it. Put a little flower or something on there, but for now I just wanted to do that. Well, if I can figure out how that goes back on there. It goes that a ways. Like that. Okay. And see, it even has like the little, like one little piece here by itself. So let's take this one and put Just Because on a couple, and then we'll put Be Happy on a couple. And I think that'll work. Yeah, just because, like right there. Yeah, that'll work. I like it. There we go. Okay, that is happy right there now. And then we'll put the other one that says Be Happy. We'll do that on the other two. So those will be on the back sides of them. Just flip it over and just put Be Happy right there. So when you flip the page, it's going to have this on one side, and you flip the page and it'll stick out on the other side. Well, that is just going to be too much fun right there. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do it for the other journal. I want to do it for this one, though. So, we'll see. Alrighty. I think that's it. Okay. So now let's get my jump rings here. This may be a little bit tedious for me to work with, y'all. So I'm just going to move this, put it back up here, because that's just what I use for my stamping background to stamp off on. And then I said, well, I can take, when it gets stamped up, I can take and use it. I don't know if I need those or if it's bronze, I think is what color the bees are. I just had it out here last night. There they are. So see on the manila envelope, that's what it looks like. So oh, no, I didn't. I was like, oh, I tore the paper, but no, I didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to put them in the middle. My little dangles on the middle. So then we'll do all of that this evening. Okay, and I think I just need these here. Let's not tear it up. 1, 2, 3. Come on, 4. Hopefully I can see this good enough to do it on camera. Those are itsy bitsy, little bitties. Yep, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Give it to me. 4. All right. Wasn't sure which one it is, so I'll grab both of them. All right. And these are going to be the 1/8 one. So I'm going to put it right here on the corner of most of them. I'll need to change this top piece. Okie doke. Okay. All right, now this is the tricky part, to try to get this on here. Because I don't have a little thing to hold it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to use my needle nose pliers. Open it up. I need to get my glasses on for this. These are my glasses. So I can see this here, because this is little bitty. Might help me out a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So I want it to dangle that a ways. All right, now, are you going to work, or do I need to put 2 of y'all together? I may need to put 2 of these jump rings together. That's what I might have to wind up doing. Oh, don't lose it. That wouldn't be good. Let's put it on here first. Let's try that first. All right, that's on there. I think I may have to wind up using 2 jump rings per. No, I think it's going to be okay. Well, I don't want it hanging down real low, you know what I mean? And then I'm just pinching my jump ring back together. Okay. That's all I'm doing there. Oh, heck yeah. There we go. Shut up, y'all. So then, now when I look away from, so when I look off from something like up in my face, I can't see it. Everything blurs. But yeah, so that's going to be my page tabs. Shut your face. It worked. It worked. It worked. I'm so happy. All right. So now, let me get back in here and do the rest of them. Okay, I'm going to move it over a little bit because that is awful close to the edge, which it may need to be awful close to the edge so that little jump ring thing works, you know what I'm saying? But yep, hush up, y'all. Is this just not happy or what? I'm just excited, ecstatic. I wish this thing would quit locking up every time. Oh, yep, okay. Oh, that is just so fun, y'all. I'm happy it worked out. Because I have thought about this all night and all at work, you know. And just, it's like, I think I can make it work. I think it'll work, you know. Because I was like, I need something that's a little sturdier because these are a little heftier. And if you put it on, you know, like book page or whatever, it would work. But you would need to make multiple layers of book page, basically, for it to work. And then it needed to be, you know, on like a cardstock maybe. So I said, well, I think I can do it with this file folder here and make it work. Okay, so now, what did I do with it? There it is. I hope I don't have my head in this. I might here. So I'm just taking the jump ring and I'm opening it. I'm just pushing it away from itself. See that? Just pushing it away from itself. I'll run it through here, hopefully. And try to get my bee on it. And hopefully I got them hanging the right way so they will be facing frontwards. Come on now, get on there. There you are, buddy. Good job. Good job. And then I just take and pinch my little jump rings back together there. Yep, perfect. Yeah. This one's perfect right on the edge. It's going to dangle good, but this one here is a little over. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Oh, there it goes. It was hung on the corner. Yep. All right, that's going to work. And that is going to work. Yeah, because see, like, look, that jump ring splits like right there, so I got to put on glasses to be able to see that. Because I'm about blind as a bat. Anything that's up close to me. Whoops, I hit a headbutt, y'all. Sorry. My bun got you. Alrighty, so we're just going to loop that through there. Now this here is not, you know, newfound rocket science and, you know, the best newest thing in the journaling world, but, you know, I said I'm going to see if I can't get it to do it. Now that I know I can use file folder and do this type of stuff, I'll probably ink a bunch of file folders of different, you know, like stamps or what have you. Oh. fooling around with it too much, talking. Like I said, it is a little fidgety. Well, that one there just don't want to get on around in there, does it? There we go. There you go, buddy. Fix yourself now. That corner is sticking up there in my way. Alright, now what is the problem with you? Why ain't you working? Am I not holding my mouth right or what? I think what the problem was is I'm just not holding nothing right on this one. There we go. Yeah, I wasn't holding nothing right on that one, so we got that one back. And I'm sorry about the ink on the finger. I changed out ink a few times on the printer this past weekend, and it stained me up. I've used soap and water. I've used alcohol. Finally got, this is just like the skin here. Finally got a fingernail polish remover, and that's what took it off most of the finger. Yep. Okay. Let's open that one up a little bit more. I think that's what the biggest problem was with that one. I didn't have it opened quite wide enough, or maybe I opened it too far and it started twisting around on me. Alrighty, there we go, y'all. Alright, that is going to be happy. I love it. Whew, I'm going to take these glasses off before I start looking at anything else, because that's going to give me a headache. Alright, so I decided just to put the black ribbon on this one. I'll put the yellow one on the other one, just because I was like, that's a bit much. I thought it distracted from it, and what I done was I took and just laid it straight in the middle, Fabri-Tac from here to there, and then the same on the back. And then I'll probably cut a little bit of it off after we get the journal finished, you know. So now I'm going to take these here. And we're going to dangle 2 bees on this. I'm going to have one. Right about right there. I'll just double knot this. Well, I said I would, but you know, here we are fumbling with it. My goodness. And put one more little knot on it, just for good measure, because when I pulled on that, it moved just a smidget. And I don't like that. No, I can't hang on to nothing. Okay, that's about where I want that one to be. So I'm just going to hold my finger on the string where I don't want my knot to go up above. Alright, so then those will dangle from the journal like that. And that'll give you room where you want to set it up or something, and they'll hang out from it. So I don't like them being up in the journal. I like them, if it's going to be a dangle, let it dangle, honey. Okie dokie. So now, my thoughts on putting these in here. Let's see. One. I'm going to put one on this one here. I'm going to put it like that at the top and let it dangle out like that. I think that is just going to be plumb cute. And then I'll put another one kind of here, and then I'll put one here and one here. But they're going to be like, you know, one here in the front, on through in the middle. Yep. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is just open this up. And I'm not really worried about inking this that much, because, you know, it's the file folder color. Don't really bother me much. So we're just going to take, I'm just going to put this right at the top here. Pinch it together. Be careful with your wet glue, because, you know, if you use oxide ink, it does react with wetness. So then I'm just going to lay it down here. And mash that glue there together. Heck yeah, y'all. Shut up, I love it. Love it. Okay, so there's one. Then I'm going to put this one here. So I want it kind of like down in here. But I don't want it to be, you know, where like it's going to be messed up, you know, like with your ribbon on the outside. That's why I'm putting it here. And then I'll have, you know, one here and here on the back section. So I'm just laying that out so I know where my ribbon's going to be. And let's see, let's put Be Happy. We're just mixing them up. And you do need glue on both sides. Now you can glue the top part of it and just leave the little rounded bits. Alright, just for my spacing purposes, I'm doing this. Okay. And then, yeah, that's going to be good. So I'm trying to, you know, space out where the top one is, where the tie is going to be for the journal. And then making sure that, you know, it's not going to be sitting on top of either one of those. Put a little bit more glue on this corners. I did not get none, apparently. happy that those turned out the way I was hoping they would. Love it. Alright, so then that's going to be like that. Okie doke. So then that's the ones for the front. And so then we're going to go back here. Put one right here. Now, where is the middle? Alright, so that will go right there. So I need to do one here and put one there. Alright, so we'll need to put it there on this one. Yep. Just keep a good eyeball right there around where that flower's at. Okay. Alright, yep, I'm happy with that one. And then I'm going to put one back here. So now this one, let's eyeball where it needs to go. And seeing we left, you know, where the tie is in the middle, you see what I'm saying? So that way that they don't hinder the tie in the middle when it's closed. I think that'll be a perfect spot right there. All right. So now I'm going to put you right here. Right where that dot is where the bottom needs to go. Okie dokie. Alright, oops. So the bottom needed to go right about where that dot is. Okay, that's fine. And I just need to even it up here. Get it a little even. Okay, yeah, see? It's pretty good eyeball school of even amount. Now, I would like to have had another one here, but the reason I didn't is because when it's closed, I didn't want the bee dangle, you know, getting caught up in the closure, the pie part, the ribbon part on the outside. Oopsie. Oh no, get the paper towel off of it. A little speck of glue right here. That didn't glue good. Well, I am just super duper happy that that worked out as good as it did, y'all. I'm going to keep this out because I may do some inking a little bit here and there. Another place I may take and do some stamping here and there too. So I'm going to keep this stuff out over here. But for now, I think, I don't know, just depends on when I get into it. And this is all, these all are brushes that came from Dollar Tree and the little paint stand. And I just label, you know, the ones that I have used, I labeled them up. So I knew, you know, not to mix the pink with the brown or whatever. I'm so happy with that. Now see, they're not going to dangle outside of the journal. You see what I'm saying? But I was afraid that if they did dangle outside of the journal, that they would get hindered up. And that corner there is still, I may snip that corner just so that dangles better. But see, they just dangle right there. I love it. That is just too cute. I'm just excited that those worked the way I wanted it to. I'm just happy. All right, so that was today's project. How long have I been on here for? 50 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go for today because I'm a little tired. But that is just plumb beautiful. I love them. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yep. That is awesome. So, Jordan, if you're watching, that's what I wanted to, was asking you about the sizes of jump rings that I needed for my little dangles to make sure that they worked. She was like, well, if you're just going to use it to dangle something off of, Mama, you probably want a 4 or a 6. And I was like, yeah, but I'm using it with my little bitty things. And so basically she said, this is what she told me. You want to go by the size of the hole of whatever it is that you were trying to dangle. So, and this. So, that is the exact size of that. It's a 4mm hole. So, that is very, very helpful. Thanks, Jordan, for the tip. So, tomorrow, I think we'll start gluing our pages down. Gluing our pockets on. And that should go fairly quickly. Get these done. What I need to do is I need to get these backed. Because I don't know if I want to put... Because what I'm doing is I'm going to do a pocket on every page. Because it's not got a lot of pages in it, you know. But, I mean, it's got plenty of journaling space, you know. But it doesn't have, you know, all the pages. It's just a 10-page journal. So I said, well, we can put the pockets in it. It'll be 18 pockets on the back of each page. So, and then we'll just put our tags and journal cards. Now, some of these I'll need to not hinge or do the whole gusset on it. I just need to, I'll need to take and gusset like one side in the bottom and then cut the gusset off the other side, so it'll be like a gusseted tuck spot. Does that make sense? To be able to fit, accommodate these journal cards that we're going to make. If I can get this bag open. Oh, goodness gracious. With the crinkle racket, of course. So, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 of those for one journal. One, 2, 3. Right? Yeah. So I want to put these in here. These that have the florally bits, I want to put in the other journal. I don't know why. Why not? Let's just put it in here. Shut up and do it. We'll put all of those in there. We need to glue those together, and it's just little coin pockets. So they'll fold like this and this, and then you have like that'll be glued like that, and then you have the top. Or no, actually, sorry, it'll be, that'll fold up, and then you'll have the flat piece for the top. Yep, okay. So those are already inked up and everything too, so we'll do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm just going to do these, and these here I'll put up. Because I don't want double, you know what I'm saying? And then I don't want an oddball either, you know? Well, not really. I won't have an oddball, because then I'll just take this here, and I'll put like I'll stamp the honeycomb on it, and then a few bees, and that'll be a journal card. So we'll just even it up with that. That'll work. Yeah. So I can take and stamp the honeycomb on it here, and then take and put, you know, a few bees, 2 or 3 bees up here. Yep. And then that'll just be a journal card. We'll even it up. And that's what we'll do with that. So that's our project there for tomorrow. Okie doke. I'm going to get off here for today. Hope y'all had a good evening. I hope you enjoyed making those little tabs with the dangles on them. And we'll see you tomorrow.